The number one tip to making an important phone call is to remember that you are getting to the point as soon as you start talking. You want to make sure that you keep it short, but you explain enough where they understand what you're wanting or requesting. Because when you're making these phone calls to larger companies and people that are working 24/7 and have the phones off the hook, it's important to get to the point. Like, you want to be on the phone call, get to the point, ask your question, but be clear enough where they're going to be able to assist you and answer your question quickly as well. The more that you have to stay on the phone and keep talking, whatever, the more frustrated they probably get. They're getting a bunch of phone calls, and you know that being on the phone sometimes is so scary. Like, I know that a lot of people have phone anxiety, and it's a thing because it's awkward sometimes to try to explain things over the phone. So make sure that when you do make that phone call, you get to the point that you're clear enough so they can understand and assist you. All right. So the number one tip is keeping it short, simple, to the point. The second tip to making an important phone call, my lovelies, is to talk very slow as well. You want to get to the point, but not in a way where you're rushing or like you're almost stuttering, because I know that when I talk too fast sometimes I tend to stutter, and it's kind of like a cringe moment and you're just like on the phone, and you're trying to get this person to help you and you accidentally stutter and you have to say stuff again. It's a little awkward. So make sure that you talk slow so they can understand you, and make sure that it's clear enough, like I mentioned, that you're going to get to the point as they're on the phone with you. So when it comes to giving and asking for information, like sometimes you have to write down names and phone numbers and stuff like that, make sure that it's slow enough where you're not going to have to repeat it, because I hate being on the phone with someone that's like 509-991-55, you know what I'm saying? And then you're trying to catch up. They've heard their number so many times. To them, it's it's so fast, so quick, you know what I'm saying? Because they've said this number so many times. But to somebody that's just hearing it, you can't process numbers that fast, you know what I'm saying? Slow down and be clear. And especially when you're taking information that's going to be important for later on, like account numbers or phones and names, emails, addresses, whatever it is. So make sure that it's slow enough where the person is going to be able to get what you're saying the first time. We don't want to sit there too long if we don't need to. And the third and final tip to making important phone calls is your manners, your politeness, the way that you come across. You want to come off friendly, not irritated or angry, because then they're not going to want to help you and they're going to want to wish you off the phone immediately. So be kind, be polite, respectful. I'm not going to lie, I have lost my shit a couple times. Calling orders or customer service in general, they're so busy with phone calls. So I ordered, I forgot what it was. I think it was some cargo pants, and they didn't get delivered. And I was trying to get to someone to see what had happened with my order. But I ended up emailing them, because every time that I tried to call, I wasn't able to get through. So the time that I did get through, I was so irritated. I was just like, you guys are not good at your job. Customer service is about being here. I have no idea. But, it happens. And I completely understand. It's a stressful situation to be in when there's constant, phone calls coming in and constant, activity in general. It's a lot. So back to my last tip, guys. Politeness, okay? So I have learned that being kind and having manners on the phone gets you a lot further in getting what you want than being rude and a bitch. So you don't want to come off, I know it's frustrating sometimes, but you don't want to come off too aggressive on the phone. So try to keep it friendly on a like calm tone and not so monotone either, you know? Okay, that was the last tip, my lovelies. 3 tips to making important phone calls. Whether you are calling a firm, you need to talk to a lawyer. There's a lot of things that happen in life where this is reality, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to learn how to make those important phone calls. Like, no one's gonna do it for you. Your mom can't make that appointment for you. Like, your mom can't talk to your lawyer if you get in a car crash or something. You know, it's you. And ultimately, these tips are going to help us for life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something, and I will see you in the next video.